Chanel, also known as Darlene, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I didn't really know what to make my first YouTube video about, but everyone's always asking me how I moved out at age 18 being a lash artist. So before I became a lash artist, I was working at an after-school program named Leap, and it was for kids in elementary school. You just tutor them, you feed them, you play with them. It was pretty cool. I loved it. And before I became a lash artist, I was set on becoming a teacher or a counselor, or before I became a lash artist, I was also still in high school. I was attending a school named Ruth Youth Build, and I loved that school. That's where I met the lady who is not my friend, who was my counselor, who inspired me to become a lash artist. She was doing my lashes at the time, and I fell in love with getting lash extensions done. Like, it was just the best thing ever. I don't have mine done right now because we're in quarantine and my lash artist is not working, but and my family and I had also been recently evicted from our apartment, and we had nowhere to go. We had no money, so I knew I had to leave Leap because it wasn't paying me enough. Although I really loved the kids and my boss and the job itself, I just couldn't anymore. I had to find another stream of income. So my lash artist / counselor recommended me to the lady who trained her, and I took the course. And let me tell you something, lash courses are not cheap. They're worth it, but they're not cheap. And I didn't know they were worth it back then, but I was desperate. I had a little bit saved up from my job, and my mom had a little bit saved up from cleaning houses. So I had told her, Mom, look, so there's this course I want to take, and I only have half the money of the course. So I was wondering if you could let me borrow the other half and I'll pay you back. And of course, at first she was like, are you crazy, girl? Like, you're gonna wipe out my savings so you can take this little lash course? Like, what? But I then convinced her because I always pay my mom back, and I told her, like, even if this doesn't succeed, I will get 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I will pay you back. Like, so I took the course, and when I got there, I was like, what did I get myself into? Like, what? It was so hard. Like, I wanted to cry. It was bad. But I stuck to it, and I kept on practicing, and as the months went by, I kept on getting better every day, and I was taking in clients Monday through Friday, like 2 people a day. I didn't do no advertisements. I didn't make business cards in the beginning. Like, it was all word of mouth and the poor Instagram, like, photography skills that I had. Like, that was it. The lady who trained me, her name is Erica, is amazing. She did an amazing job training me. But one thing you need to know going into the class is that you're not going to learn everything in one day. You're going to learn the basics and the foundation, and that's what the class is for. And then you need to keep on, furthering your education. You need to go online, you need to Google, you need to YouTube, you need to go to other classes. You need to keep on furthering your education and be hungry to learn more in order to be successful in this industry. And lashing became so successful. I was making so much money. I was able to help out my mom. Like, it was nice, like, clients in and out. I was booked. Like, I was so overwhelmed that I couldn't even, like, fit all these girls in that were requesting appointments. Like, it got to that point. But mind you, I was still living in a 1-bedroom apartment with my mom, her husband, and me, yeah. And I was sleeping in the living room, and I had a curtain in between my lash bed and my bed. So it wasn't professional. It was a good start, but I was already a year in. I had a bunch of clients, so I had to make a decision. Do I want to get a studio, just for my, lashing my business and still sleep on my mama's couch? Or should I just move out and, take that risk? So I chose to move out and get a 1-bedroom apartment. And thankfully, it is still in my mom's same building. Like, does that make sense? Like, we still live in the same building, but different apartment type of thing, So I'm very grateful because she's always coming here and helping me, bringing me groceries, making me food, like, checking up on me. Like, it's amazing. It's a good start, and I'm so grateful. And when you move in to a new place for the first time, like, you want to decorate, you get excited, you want to paint the walls and this and that. But look, I'm gonna give y'all a tip. Don't be buying expensive furniture. Don't be painting the walls, because first of all, this ain't even your apartment. You're renting. At the end of the day, if you need to move out the next month, like, they're not gonna pay you for that, like, paint job that you did, okay? So don't do that to yourself. Mom has always told me that the luxuries can wait, but you need to achieve your goals. You need to wake up with that mindset that, okay, I have goals, actual real goals, not buying a Louis bag, not buying a Chanel bag, even though I'm lashing and shit, But that's not the real goal. The real goal is to get your house, to get your car, to have kids, to be happy. That's really it. Like, the luxuries can really wait, honestly. And people need to understand that you don't rush success. There is an order to everything. And if I would have rushed things and said, I don't want to move out. I just want to live with my mama and just buy myself a Louis bag. And like, who cares? Like, I'll just take like 2 clients a day and that'll be good. And I'll settle. And I won't take a volume course because I'm good doing classic. I wouldn't be where I am right now. You need to do things in a certain order. And not my order, not the next person's order, but the order that you want. You need to set your goals and say, okay, I want this by this year. I want that by that year. And I want to have kids by this year. And I want them to have everything they can possibly want.
Don't go broke trying to look rich. That's what mama has always told me, and that's it.
Now the technical stuff when it comes to moving into an apartment. When you're so young, you need paycheck stubs, you need credit, you need to show them your taxes, like all these things, proof of income. And I didn't have most of that because I was 18. Like, I had just turned 18, so I didn't have built up credit. I had my taxes, but I didn't have paycheck stubs because I'm self-employed, so there wasn't really much I could show the owner or the manager or the person who was going to rent me. So what I would recommend is moving into a guest house as your first, move, or you talk to the owner himself. That's what I did because I moved into the same building that my mom lives in. And the owner, it's a small building, so the owner was pretty much the manager. There's no middleman that you really need to go to. You talk directly to the owner. And I told him, look, we've been paying the rent. Like, you trust my mom. She pays the rent on time. You never have issues. That's the same way it's going to be with me. And I was straight up with him. Like, I was trying to let him know, like, look, I don't have paycheck stubs. I'm self-employed, but I can pay it. And if I don't pay it, you can kick me out. And I'll go back with my mom. She lives right here. Like, no problem. And a lot of owners won't really fall for that. They'll be like, nah. But I'm forever grateful that this man really gave me the chance and the opportunity to grow and to, for this to be the first place I rent. I'm really grateful. But if you can, get a cosigner. A cosigner is basically someone who signs a contract along with you stating that they're liable if you don't pay the rent. They're liable on paying the rent. And that's pretty much it. And I know that a lot of people will be like, I don't want to cosign for you. But what you can do, and what a lot of people don't know, is that you can put a cosigner for the first 6 months, and then after the 6th month, you take them off. And then the person who's the person who you're renting from will see that you're responsible by then and that you're able to pay the rent. And there are no shortcuts to this. You need to work hard. You need to save. That's the main thing. My mom has always taught me, save your hundreds, spend your ones or 50s or whatever, So basically, let's say you get a check that's like 572. You spend the 72 and you save the 500. That's how it works. I know everyone's situation is different because emergencies come up and everything, but that's what your savings are for. So save, please. You can do it. Keep in mind that moving into an apartment isn't just paying month by month by month. The rent goes up every year. Mine goes up $50 every year, and I had to pay down payment moving into here. So down payment is basically just like, let's say you damage the apartment, then they don't give you that down payment back when you move out of the apartment. Down payment is usually the same price as the first month's rent, so I had to pay in total $2,800 around there, like the first month. The down payment plus the first month right there. And then you pay you pay bills every 2 months. So you pay, here you only pay electricity. You don't pay gas, you don't pay light, like it's just, wait, what? No, you don't pay gas and you don't pay, what am I saying? You don't pay water and you don't pay gas. You just pay electricity every 2 months. So that's pretty cool. And when you move out and you have your own place, you really need to learn to be responsible. You can't just be spending money like on food and this and that and like, oh, whatever, I'll just see how I pay my rent at the end of the month. No, you make up your money the first week or second week or third week and you store that in your savings and you don't touch that. Even if it's an emergency, you don't touch that. That's your rent money, okay? You got an emergency, take out a credit card because that's your rent money. You need to be responsible and pay your stuff. And honestly, that's pretty much it. I will be making a video going more into depth about lashing and how I went through every single struggle that lashing brings you because it's hard. Honestly, it's a really hard craft. Like, anyone who tells you it's easy money is a liar and is just trying to like finesse you out of a course or something, but it's not easy money. You need to work hard and you need to keep on growing and keep on learning. But it is rewarding. Definitely. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video and I hope it really helped you guys. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, And also don't forget to turn on the little, what's it called? The notification bell, so you can get the updates and all that, I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, I probably won't even know how to put the little like notification bell emoji here because I'm not good at editing, but bye.